I always thought Jake and I had the kind of marriage that could survive Seattle's endless rain. Steady, comforting, like a warm latte on a foggy morning. We met in high school, back when grunge was still cool, and built our life around simple joys. Weekend hikes in the Cascades, binge-watching sci-fi shows on rainy nights, and sharing playlists of indie bands we'd discover at local venues. Trust was never something we had to discuss. It was just there, woven into our daily routines. No jealous interrogations, no suspicious texts. We were that couple friends envied. Easygoing, supportive, with a rhythm that felt unbreakable. I worked as a barista at a cozy downtown coffee shop, pulling shots of espresso while chatting with regulars, and Jake was climbing the ladder at his tech startup, always coming home with stories about innovative apps and late-night coding sessions. Our apartment overlooked Puget Sound, and on clear days, we'd sip coffee on the balcony, planning our next adventure. I believed I knew him inside out. Every laugh line around his eyes, every pause in his storytelling, every way he stirred his black coffee counterclockwise. But, as I'd soon learn, even the steadiest brew can hide bitter grounds at the bottom. That Tuesday started like any other. Jake showered early, humming an old Nirvana tune, grabbed his travel mug filled with my special dark roast, and pecked me on the cheek before heading out. "Big demo today at the office," he said, adjusting his flannel shirt under his jacket, the one he wore for important meetings. He drove off in our shared Subaru, the engine rumbling softly as it disappeared into the morning mist. Nothing seemed off. No lingering glances, no unusual tone. For me, it was just another shift at the shop, steaming milk and drawing latte art hearts for customers. But while doing laundry that afternoon, sorting through his hamper, I felt something hard in his jacket pocket. Pulling it out, my fingers closed around a sleek hotel keycard from the Edgewater, that fancy waterfront spot we could never afford. My heart skipped, but I told myself it was nothing, maybe a client meeting, a forgotten perk from work. Yet curiosity gnawed at me. I swiped it through our card reader app on my phone, and the transaction history popped up. A room booked under his name, multiple times over the past months. The world tilted, rain pattering against the window like accusatory whispers. I froze in the laundry room, the keycard burning in my hand like hot steam from an overpressured espresso machine. We hadn't used hotels since our honeymoon. Our intimacy was open, unprotected, especially after deciding to try for kids, though it never happened. Why would he need this? My mind raced to excuses, business trips, innocent oversights, but deep down, a crack formed in my trust. I shoved the card back, pretending I hadn't seen it, and finished the load with trembling hands. That night, I watched him over dinner, pasta from our favorite Italian spot, noting how he avoided my eyes, scrolling his phone more than usual. "How was the demo?" I asked, casually. "Great. Nailed it," he replied, too quickly, without details. Something shifted inside me. I started observing, logging mental notes. Late nights at work? A new cologne I didn't recognize? Whispers on calls he took in the other room. He was no longer my Jake. He was a puzzle with missing pieces. The next day, fueled by sleepless doubt, I decided to dig deeper. While he was out, I checked our shared bank app, discrete charges for dinners at trendy spots like Canlis, flowers from Pike Place Market, even a spa day at a Bellevue resort. None for me. My chest tightened, tears blurring the screen. I hacked into his work email. He used our anniversary as the password, ironic, and there it was, flirty messages with Alexandra for marketing, signed with emojis I'd never seen him use. Photos attached, her laughing in a conference room, him winking. Alexandra Reed, the ambitious coworker he'd mentioned casually at parties, the one who'd joined us for happy hours. We'd shared appetizers, talked about Seattle's tech scene. She'd even complimented my barista skills. Double betrayal. Him with her knowing me. I felt gutted, like a discarded coffee filter, grounds spilling everywhere. I didn't confront him. Not yet. Rage simmered like overbrewed tea, but I channeled it into something calculated. Remembering a prank from barista friends about spicing up drinks, I stopped by a local spice market in Capitol Hill and bought a bag of ghost pepper flakes, the kind that could set your mouth ablaze with one touch. Back home, I donned gloves, crushed them fine, and thought of the keycard, but I needed something more personal. As weeks turned to months, the sting of betrayal faded like steam from a cooling mug, replaced by a quiet strength I hadn't known I possessed. I threw myself into work at the coffee shop, experimenting with new blends, cinnamon-infused cold brews, lavender lattes that drew in more customers. The regulars noticed my spark. One in particular, Liam, a single dad and graphic designer who'd stop by daily for his Americano. We'd chat about everything: Seattle's art scene, his daughter's soccer games, my latest roast. He had kind eyes, crinkled from laughter, and a way of listening that made me feel seen, not pitied. At first, it was just friendly banter over the counter, but as I healed, those conversations lingered longer, spilling into walks around the block on my breaks. He shared his own scars, a messy divorce years ago, raising his girl alone while freelancing logos for local bands. No drama, just honest vulnerability. I found myself opening up too, not about the gory details, but the lessons, how trust rebuilds slowly, like layering flavors in a complex espresso. One drizzly evening, after closing, Liam waited outside with 2 to-go cups. "Fancy a walk to clear the rain?" he asked. We strolled to Cary Park, overlooking the city lights twinkling like scattered coffee beans. There, under the Space Needle's glow, he took my hand gently. No pressure, just warmth. "You've got this fire in you, Emily. It's inspiring." My throat tightened. It was the first touch that didn't feel tainted. We didn't rush. Coffee dates turned to hikes in Rattlesnake Ledge, where we'd share picnics of artisanal cheeses and my homemade scones. Trust grew organically, nourished by transparency. He showed me his designs, I let him taste test my experiments, no secrets. We talked fears, dreams, past pains without judgment. He admired my resilience, how I hadn't let bitterness sour me. "You chose to rise," he said one night over dim sum in the International District. I realized he was right. I'd survived, not scarred beyond repair. Meanwhile, Jake's fall continued. Whispers followed him to job interviews. The tech world was small, scandals sticky as spilled syrup. He moved to a dingy suburb, alone with regrets. Alexandra fared no better, blacklisted, isolated, her social media silent. Nathan and I occasionally checked in, but our paths diverged as healing progressed. Life's irony, what shattered led to this. I quit the shop, using savings, reclaimed in divorce, to start my own roastery, Emily's Ember, a tiny spot in Fremont with exposed brick and aroma-filled air. Opening day buzzed, friends, regulars, even Nathan stopped by. Liam helped with the logo, a stylized flame in a mug, symbolizing rebirth. Business boomed, farmers market stalls, online orders. I hired baristas, taught classes on brewing, felt empowered. Our relationship deepened without fanfare. Weekends with his daughter, zoo trips, baking cookies, eased my childless ache. She called me Em, her giggles mending hidden wounds. No grand declarations, love showed in actions. Him fixing my roaster, me packing lunches for his deadlines. We blended families subtly, holidays with extended kin, no pressure. Scars remained, but they added depth, like dark roast notes. We laughed at old hurts, bowing honesty. "No more hidden grounds," I joke. He nodded, serious. "Only clear brews ahead." Years later, at a school event for his daughter, Nathan and I crossed paths. Cordial nods, no lingering pain. Jake? A faded memory, lessons learned. My life now. Bustling shop, loving partner, self-assured steps. I caught myself smiling at reflections, strong, whole. Happiness. Wasn't fireworks. It was steady warmth, like sunlight piercing Seattle clouds. Children in our circle healed too. Playdates, stability. Liam played with his girl, her joy infectious. I knew then, betrayal brewed strength, leading to this aromatic renewal. One crisp autumn, we planned a getaway. Cabin in the Olympics, fireside talks. No eternities promised, just presence. I admire you, he whispered. Silent, I thought, I hadn't sought revenge beyond the spice. Life balanced scales. We focused forward. Growth, joy, authenticity. Pain wasn't end, it steeped resilience. If reliving brought me here, I'd endure again. Survived, loved anew, from truth, calm, self.